everybody, it's Heather with Diamonds and Dragonflies, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button, one of the things in life that is still 100% free. And if you are back, welcome back. I'm so glad that you are back and you are here with me. If anything, I am also happy that I am here with you. I took an impromptu, almost a full week off. Was really in my plans, but just ended up happening. I guess before I go any further, I'm not really going to go through everything I'm using. Everything's kind of haphazard today. I will show you though what I'm working on. This was a whip from February of 2024. I am participating in the Fantasy Summer DP along that Bella Art Diamonds is doing, / All Things Magical. And I decided, instead of starting a new kit, that I had two Bella kits that I had had partially finished, that I was going to finish those two up. The first one was Pisces Teacup, which I did complete, and now I am working on Christmas Dragon from Emma Casey to finish that one up. So it's upside down. So I'm working on this section. I did just decide to say screw it, and I just opened the rest, and I'm working the entire rest of the row. I do want to just give a disclaimer at the start of this that this whip and chat is going to be a little heavy, and I guess you can say this might be a trigger warning. If you have a trigger regarding mental health issues, go watch a different video. So please do not sit and continue to listen, but then leave me some nasty comment. It will not even be responded to. It will just be deleted. As you all know from the past couple of weeks whipping chats, I've been going through it. My husband is having some serious issues, which is causing me serious issues, and things kind of spiraled out of control. I'm just going to address this now. There were a few people who left comments on some of my videos asking about the scratches on my arm. I thought I had done a fairly decent job covering them up, or not having them, I should say, in frame. Obviously, I was wrong. And a few people decided to draw attention to that fact, which I was a little disappointed about. If they had wanted to reach out to me privately about them to discuss it, that would have been okay. And it's not like you don't have access to me. You could have sent me a message on Facebook. My email address is down below. There are a variety of ways that you could reach out to me to discuss it or talk to me about it privately. To make a comment on my video, especially the videos that were highlighting small shops, to draw attention to it and make it about that. Please don't do that. It was very upsetting, and I'm not saying that it contributed to the events that ended up transpiring this week, but it didn't help. It sure didn't help. They were not scratches per se. I have, once again, trigger warning, I have been forthcoming and upfront about the fact that I used to cut. Things got out of control and I had a relapse. If you are new here, you might not know. I suffer, I don't know if suffering is the right word. I don't know. Sometimes it feels like it. I have a mental disorder. I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder about, 2019. So 6 years ago. A lot of people don't know anything about borderline personality disorder. It's also referred to as BPD, which a lot of people get confused because bipolar disorder has the same anagram, BPD. They are not the same thing, and I am not bipolar. I do not suffer from bipolar disorder. I have borderline personality disorder, which is enough. Trust me, I don't need something else. In some ways, I kind of wish that I had bipolar as opposed to borderline. There are medications you can take for bipolar disorder. There's nothing you can take for borderline personality disorder. There is no magic pill that you can take that's going to make it better. There's nothing that you can take that's going to help control things, and it's not something that you can just overcome. It's not something that is ever going to go away. It is something that I will have to deal with and fight and learn to cope with for the rest of my life. I thought I had been doing pretty well. I've had 3 breakdowns in the last 6 years since being diagnosed. There were more before that, but didn't know what they were. People just, oh, well, Heather must be PMSing really bad, kind of thing. Because it went undiagnosed for many, many years. Every single time that it has happened and occurred when I have too many things happening at one time. I get overwhelmed with negativity. I have been really suffering lately with a very low opinion of myself. A lot of that stems from things that are happening in my marriage right now. And with my husband lashing out. And feeling like I'm just not good enough. I've struggled with that a lot this year. It has ranged from not understanding why other creators have more subscribers than me or more views than me, to why do people have more Facebook followers than I do, to, why is my husband doing that, and why does alcohol mean more to him than I do? Why do my children not want to come home? Why did Emily have to choose to stay in West Virginia after graduating college? Why do people join my Patreon and, they're there for a little while and then they're gone? What did I do wrong? I take everything very personally. Why did this company choose to go with this person? I take it all personally. Doesn't matter if there might be another reason, a logical one. Doesn't matter if it just, it is what it is. You can't control it. And that's what I have a hard time with. I don't know why things have to be the way they are sometimes. And I don't like not being able to do anything about it. My kids would say I'm a fixer. Something's broken in the family, mom fixes it. My kids get into a fight with their dad, I fix it. They get into a fight with their friends, I fix it. They mess up and they need money, I fix it. I'm Miss Fixer. And I'm running into a whole bunch of things that I can't fix. I don't have the answer. I don't have the solution. Do I believe that I know what my husband needs? Yep, I sure as fuck do. Is he going to listen to me? Nope, sure as hell isn't. But I don't understand that. I just want to make it better. I want it to be okay again. I don't like when things are not okay. I can't deal with it. I take it as a personal failure, and I bury myself as far down in a hole as I can. And this week, I buried myself really, 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 really far. I'm not going to go into great detail. I will say I spent the better part of last week in the hospital. Officially states for mental exhaustion, mental and emotional exhaustion. It was a little more than that, and I think you know what I'm getting at. It wasn't necessarily intentional. I just needed the pain to stop. If you or someone you know suffers from borderline personality disorder, when you're having a crisis, the emotional pain is unbearable. Nothing can make it go away. There isn't a pill you can take. I mean, I guess to a point there is. You know, I have medication to take when things get really, really bad, but it doesn't make the problem go away. It calms my central nervous system down to the point that the pain is still there, but I'm unable to do anything about it. It's kind of like when you're waking up from anesthesia and you kind of know what's going on around you, but not really. And then when you're actually fully awake, you don't really remember any of it. It's kind of like that. Unfortunately, most of the time, when the effect wears off and I wake up from it, the pain is usually just as intense. A lot of people don't understand what I get from cutting. The physical pain outweighs the mental and the emotional. Your body can only process so much pain at one given time. So it picks whatever the immediate, most intense sensation is, and that's what it focuses on. When I talk about the emotional or mental pain that I feel, it is literally like you have stripped off all of my skin and every nerve in my body is exposed. It is more debilitating than the pain I feel from my spinal issues. I would rather experience that pain over and over and over again than the pain that I feel from the emotional pain. You know, shifting position doesn't make it go away. Like I said, there's no pill I can take that's going to ease it. It just is what it is. Am I going to make it through this? I don't know. I hope so. I want to. I just truly don't know how much more I'm going to be able to take. I had a pretty big milestone this past week. I hit 2,000 subscribers. And I got a lot of congratulations from members of the Diamond Tribe, from my Facebook group, other friends in the community. Told my husband and my children, and their response was, "Oh, that's great," and then just moved on to another subject. Some of you might think, okay, what's the problem with that? And it's not that there's necessarily a problem with it. It's the fact that there is not one single accomplishment that my husband or children have not had that I haven't celebrated for them with either a gift or dinner or a little more hoopla. Anytime someone got a promotion at work, got a new job, made Dean's List, graduated, you know, whatever the occasion might be, anniversary at their job. And to have it just be, "Oh, congratulations," or "That's great," and move on, was a little upsetting. I don't have much anymore. I am fully disabled. There are no more employee reviews for me. There's no more raises. There's no more promotions. There's no more good job, great job, well done. Obviously, I'm out of school. This is what I have. I have diamond painting, and I have my YouTube channel. That's what I got. That's what I'm left with. And considering that July of 2024, I had my 500 subscriber milestone. And here I am 11 months later, and I'm celebrating 2,000. Was a really big deal for me. And with everything going on in my life, I just really needed it to be a big deal from my loved ones, from the people that are supposed to love me, care about me, from the people who I have never turned my back on, have never sat there and given advice or supported or comforted or celebrated, to just have it be whatever. That was kind of the icing on the cake kind of deal. And I didn't handle it well. And it wasn't just that event that caused it. That was the tipping point. My therapist and my psychiatrist both think that social media is a very big detriment to me. They very closely... I didn't have access to my phone in the beginning. And then I was only allowed to use my phone in certain capacities. And slowly but surely, they allowed me to slowly start getting back on social media. At first, I was just allowed to scroll and look at things. Then I was able to actually look at some messages. And then the final test was to allow me to go and watch some other YouTube creators that I follow. And that ended horribly. They were monitoring my blood pressure. They were monitoring my heart rate. And I basically went into a panic attack. And it was for a variety of reasons. For some, it was, oh my God, well, why didn't you do this? Or why didn't you show that? It was a complete control thing. And then for other things, it was like, oh my God, well, I don't do that when I do that kind of video. Why don't I do that? Oh my God, I need to do that. Well, maybe that's why this, that, and the other isn't working. Basically, I was told that, you know, if I want to keep my channel, you know, that's fine, whatever, but stop watching everybody else. Like, go back to watching things about sharks and dogs and football. And stay away from, you know, things that are going to be a comparison for me. Because you're being too hard on yourself. You're being too judgmental to yourself. And it's not good for your health. This isn't the first time that I've gotten overwhelmed with my channel. And a lot of you might be sitting there thinking, well, then why don't you just hang it up? And you know, maybe I should. But I find that when I stop altogether, I miss it. But it can be a big source of stress. I feel like everything that I get or I purchase, I need to share. But then I worry that, am I going to share it? And people are going to be like, oh my God, it must be nice, you know, blah, 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 blah. Or I worry that people are going to criticize or, you know, not appreciate what I do. And I overthink it all. I let it get in my head. And I really need to stop that. I need to stop letting things get in my head. I did watch a video from my dear friend Jenna. And she is a creator. She is Queen of Diamonds. I will try to remember to link her channel below. She is also a member of my Diamond Tribe. And she is a very good friend. And her and I talk a lot about our content with each other and video suggestions. And, you know, we kind of lean on each other with all of that. Well, she started Motivational Monday, I think is what she calls it. And she was talking about this author who wrote a book called Let Them, I think is what it's called. I don't have the book. I haven't read it yet. I might actually see if it's on Audible and download it. But basically, it's not caring what other people say or do. Somebody wants to leave you a nasty comment. You know what? Let them. Whatever. Don't dignify it with an answer. Just delete it and move on. Don't let it dwell on you. And I let it dwell. I take it all personally. I don't consider myself a people pleaser, but I want approval. We talked a lot about that. And it comes back to my mother. Nothing I ever did was good enough for my mom. No matter what I did, whether I played piano, I played flute, I danced, I sang, I had a band, I did acting. No matter what I did, my mother always found fault in it. Always. It was never just okay. I would come off stage, won first place, 5th grade talent show. I came off stage and the first thing my mother said, instead of congratulations, was, you were a little flat in the chorus. Which now as an adult, thinking back, is actually kind of funny, because my mother couldn't carry a tune in a bucket. The woman couldn't sing on pitch to save her life. But yet she's telling me that I was flat. But, you know, of course, an 8-year-old just wants their mother to tell them that they were amazing, that they did a great job. Yeah, I never got that. I had so many ribbons and awards and trophies covering the walls in my bedroom. And not once did my mother tell me, good job. Or Heather, you were amazing. Or anything of that nature. There was only ever criticism. Most of the time unwarranted. That there really wasn't anything wrong. She just needed something to complain about. And I think I find myself struggling for all of your approval. I want you guys to tell me that I knocked it out of the park, that I do a great job, that I'm amazing, as silly as it might sound. 52 years old, and I want the approval of 2,000 strangers. And I need to get that out of my head. It's not you guys' job. You're not here to give me your approval. And I shouldn't need it, and it shouldn't matter. But that's easier said than done when you suffer from borderline personality disorder. A lot of people don't know this, but about 65% of people diagnosed with borderline personality disorder will commit suicide, or at least attempt it. It's very hard. It is a constant daily struggle to make sure that I say the right thing, that I do the right thing, that I don't live my life based on my emotional state. Because I feel everything, and I feel it 10,000 times more than anybody else, or the average person, I guess I should say. A very dear friend of mine lost her child to borderline personality disorder. He was one of those percentages of people that didn't make it. And I just spilled drills all down me. Yay! That's just like the icing on the cake for today. Woohoo! Well, I hope I have enough now of this color, because I just spilled a whole bunch of them. What am I even doing? Okay, that symbol. Hopefully I've been putting these in the right place, because I've just been kind of diamond painting, and I don't really know what I've been doing. My heart breaks for her. But I have a good idea. I know how her son felt. And I am so sorry that he had to go through that. And I'm so sorry that I didn't know her then. That I might have been able to relate to her son. And maybe we could have supported each other. I think what I'm going to actually try to do is find a support group, if I can, for people who suffer with borderline personality disorder. Because I find myself saying so many times to my family members, you don't understand. You don't get it. You know, well, why can't you do this? Or why can't you do that? Or the same rules don't apply. My daughter, God bless her soul, is a clinical psychologist. And I have to tell her to stop I call it therapeuticizing. You need to stop. Because she wants to apply normal cognitive behavior to someone with borderline personality disorder, and it doesn't work that way. Most clinical psychologists will tell people that you need to find love in yourself. That's what you need. Yes, but that's not always what you need, and especially not during a matter of crisis. When I'm in a crisis state, I need the people that love me, that say they love me, to surround me with that love, to show up. That when I tell them I'm struggling, that they hear that. Not to tell me, well, you know, you just need to figure it out. No, it doesn't. That's not helpful for someone with BPD. That would be helpful for someone with bipolar disorder or depression, but not for someone who has borderline personality disorder. I need validation. I need to know that I do matter, that my feelings and emotions are valid. And yeah, I can tell myself that now. I can't tell myself that when I'm in crisis. I can't even read it because, guys, I wrote it down. To have flashcards to look at didn't mean jack. And the beauty that I got this last week from these new doctors was saying to me that, and reminding me that those people cared. They wanted to help, they just didn't know how. And they weren't listening. They weren't listening to what I was telling them that I need. So I'm hoping that I can make a fresh start. I'm hoping that I can find a support group that can help validate my feelings because they're having the same ones. That they get it. So that is my Mental Health Monday, I guess. I used to do these and I haven't for a very long time. And maybe that's what this needs to be. Maybe I need to go back for a while of checking in on my mental health. If you guys don't like it, don't want to hear it, you don't have to come back. Let them not like it. But this is what I need right now. And if I can help one single person feel validated or be able to say to themselves, thank you, Heather, you get it. Because you suffer from borderline personality disorder, please let me know that. Please let me know that I made a difference for you. Because I don't ever want anyone out there to feel like I have this past week. And always know that I am here to validate your feelings and that you are heard, because I really haven't felt heard in a while. So along with the oppressive heat that is supposed to envelop us this week, I'm going to start paying more attention to doing things that make me happy and less time worrying about what other people think about me. So that's all I have to say today, guys. I hope you don't feel like you wasted however long this little chat was. I plan on being back this week. I did truly mean to do a mid-month whip parade. Yeah, that didn't happen. I was a little busy being in the hospital. So we're going to kind of skip that. I will say I have finished 2 projects so far, and I'm on track of finishing 2 more. So fingers crossed. If I get them done, I get them done. If I don't, let them sit. What, are they going to complain at me? Probably not. So guys, thank you. If you did, I don't want to say enjoy this content because it really wasn't something to be enjoyed, but if you want to stick around, I'd love to have you. And I promise that not every video is going to be this heavy. I do hope to have a whip and chat later this week, and hopefully I'll have some positive things to say. If not, then just enjoy the content. I will have a sneak peek from Ever After this week, and I know I'm going to be unboxing at least one kit, and I think I'm going to be doing a video about my upcoming projects for July events. So stay tuned, see what happens. And guys, please remember something that I forgot, that without the dark, we'd never get to see the stars. I'm going to try and remember that. I'll see you all later. Bye.